My name is Chris. Can I have your first and last name, please?
My first name is Emily, Emily. My last name is Wood, Wood.
Thank you, ma'am. And what can I help you with today?
Well, I'm calling because I live in HUD housing. I live downtown in Rutland City, and we're having a problem with homeless people they come in the outer door and they try to sleep between the outer and inner door. The inner door is locked, so they can't get in. And there are two volunteer groups of citizens that patrol in the city. And, while they're patrolling, they're thinking maybe people will be less tempted to, do criminal stuff if they think they're being watched or someone's around. So one of the other tenants in the building asked these groups, while you're doing your patrolling, would you mind monitoring our entrances a bit? And of course, him asking them is in a Facebook group, and some people are commenting, trying to say, well, why don't you just feed them and give them warm clothes and let them leave in the morning and stuff, stuff like that. And for some reason, so the reason I'm calling you is because I'm not complaining to you. My complaint is that people don't understand this is HUD housing, and it's not okay for homeless people to sleep in the doorway. They think, there's all these people trying to tell us, well, why don't you just leave them be and stuff? Because, they're having a hard time anyways. But it's a...
Now, is that the housing authority? Is that the housing authority telling you to just
No. People who are commenting online on the post. Okay, so one of the other... I live in the Bardwell... I live in the Bardwell house in Rutland. I took a picture.
What state is that in?
It's in Vermont. It's Rutland City in Vermont, and my phone call right now is I'm looking for verification of the situation, because as a tenant in HUD housing, I don't want people sleeping outside the door because I don't know if they're off their mental illness drugs and they're nuts and they're possibly dangerous. Maybe they're drug addicts and they're tweaking out. We don't know who they are when they come in the outside door and they're sleeping in the entryway. So the management of
the... Do you know which program you're in?
What do you mean? By what program?
Is it a vouchers program or is it subsidized properties? I'm not exactly sure. I can look it up. Just let me know that.
I know that I don't. I know that I don't get a voucher. I don't have what do they call it? A housing choice voucher. I don't have that.
Let me look it up really quick. What is the address of the apartment complex?
142 Merchants Row. And so what I hope to accomplish with my phone call here is to get information that will shush the people trying to say, well, why don't you just feed them and stuff like that, With the fact that we're in HUD housing, everyone in this building is someone who's on limited income. We get Social Security, disability money, or there are people that are elderly, and nobody gets over a certain amount of money each month, and that's why we're eligible to live here, and we can't afford financially. Number one, financially, we can't afford to feed these people and clothe them, and if we start, who knows how many people are going to show up expecting it. And this building, my understanding is that a building that is HUD housing is, I don't know how to word it. It is housing coded for the HUD housing, not for homeless people to.
That is true. Oh, that's right. No, no, yes. There should, at no point in time should it just be, for anybody that wants to just sleep there.
Yeah.
That's why there's, an application process for the program. So no.
Yeah.
You're always going to get people online that, have no idea what they're talking about and are just going to, allow themselves to feel like the most special, helpful, caring person in the world when they don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Other than tell someone else to do it. So yeah, don't worry about them. Don't worry.
Yeah,
about
well, I'm not
anything
obviously we're not going to do what they're saying. We're not going to start, feeding them and stuff like that. Or, a lot of us in the building probably, scrape by to feed ourselves over the month.
Exactly. You're already in a position where you're needing assistance. These people are also in a place where they're needing assistance, but they're not going about it the right way. So they're not allowed to just stay wherever they want just because they have a place to go. So you're going to want to reach out to the multifamily housing people and just report that problem, and then they will, they'll handle it. They'll send people out. They're not going to be like the people online that just say, "Oh, just give them some food."
And what do you?
The property is taken care of.
Okay, so what do you mean by the multi-housing people?
Yeah, it's called multifamily housing. That's just who handles the subsidized apartments that you're in. What's it called? Let me get back to it real quick. Sorry, it's the Bardwell House.
Yeah.
That's the multifamily housing is just who handles them. So you just need to reach out to them to register your complaint.
Yeah.
And if you have a pen, I have their phone number for you.
Okay.
It's 1-800.
Okay.
685.
Okay.
8470.
Okay.
But when you call the number, it's going to be a robot that picks up. And you just want to make sure that you press 1 for English.
Mm-hmm.
And then press 3 to speak to a representative. So 1 for English and then 3 for a representative. And then that will get you directly through to their department, and then they can take your complaint there.
Okay, thanks. Obviously I understand that we're not supposed to be allowing them to sleep in the entryway. I understand that. I guess my main concern was we're asking for these people that patrol in the city anyways to reduce crime, to see if they, maybe they can watch the entrances while they're driving around. And these other people are trying to, and there's the other people saying, well, why don't you just let them stay there? But, and so the people, there's a bunch of people commenting on the post that are tenants here in the building, and we're like, but we don't want them here. They're not supposed to be here.
Yeah. Right. That's not exactly. Yes. So,
Yeah.
Of course, the people that are actually having to deal with the problem know that it needs to be handled appropriately. And the people that have nothing to do with it are happy to tell you all that you should all just take them in as your own.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure they don't.
If you research the building that I'm talking about, it's the Bardwell House in Rutland City. I live on the first floor, and all of the windows on the first floor have bars on them because people, before they put the bars on them, people would simply try to climb in the windows, which is crazy. But instead of trying to sleep in the entryway, they were simply trying to come in the building without permission.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh,
that's awful.
But thank you.
That you're going through that.
Yeah, well, thank you for your information, and I hope that you had a good. Go ahead.
Definitely reach out to them as soon as you can.
Yeah, I'll do that, and thank you so much for, I guess, confirming what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem. Yeah, you're definitely on the right track and not what they're telling you are online.
Okay, thanks.
Definitely reach out and take care of it for everybody there.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. You're very welcome. You have a great rest of your day.
You too.